Hi guys. Uh yeah, that's a clickbait title. Ego is shit, literally. So I'm in the season right now where I'm doing things that I know are for my highest good, and wonderfully enough, it's not just for me. I know more people will benefit from these decisions. But in choosing those decisions, these are not what society would expect. So the ego, our pride, our identity usually identifies with, being the most famous or being the most accomplished, having all those rankings and titles. So, the opposite of ego would be not necessarily humility or not necessarily hating yourself. No, not really. But letting go of those expectations, letting go of wanting to be the most blank, the most well known in society, the most well loved, etc., etc. It's it's really tempting because yeah, it's just like asking, do you want to be happy internally, or do you want to be thought of as happy by others? So if we are living authentically, right? If we're going to choose happiness, choose our own happiness, not just the appearance of happiness, right? So and definitely other people, you know um it's so easy to be misunderstood, right? Whether we like it or not, whether people deliberately want to misunderstand you, or sometimes it's really just honest misunderstandings. But yeah, the question is, yeah, are we still living in truth, even if people don't understand you, or even if it doesn't look that way outside? So that's the thing. I'm in that season where I'm letting go all the more of that ego, of the expectations of society. And interestingly enough, just this week, so I really came to this particular decision. It was very tangible. I really said, okay, I'm letting go of this choice. I'm going to continue the choice that I'm really going to be happy about and will actually bless more people. No more ego. And as soon as I did that, as in that same moment, okay, warning, it's gonna get a bit, a bit detailed. So yeah, literally, I felt gassy, gassier than before. And then, ayan, a literal release. Yeah, so it was so physical that, oh, okay, so it's like my digestive system worked. Even though, I mean, it's been working, right? But it's like that was just the key. My body was waiting for me to release ego, to literally release shit. A massive load of ego. And a few minutes later, I also felt this minor headache that I often associate with my monthly period. So, interestingly, my period was a bit delayed this month. Again, yeah, too much information, but so what? It's my information, not yours. So, deal with it. But yeah, that's another thing. So, um, basically, my physical processes were a bit off, right? So, those two things. My period after, yeah, around 5 minutes after making that decision, it looks like my hormones were activated again to release the blood as well. So yeah, I released shit and blood after I released my ego. So that would be our way of saying, yeah, ego is shit. But does that mean ego is blood? Not necessarily. I'm not saying blood is evil, right? But it's amazing that my physical body is being in tune with my spiritual, mental, internal self as well. That those decisions, they they do look like small things, but they actually point to big things. because I'm really, in that transition for my life. Am I going to continue on what society expects of me or not? Really, that's it. And if I didn't let go that time, I would still be doing the same thing I am thinking of, and it looks like I still haven't learned the lesson that I'm supposed to learn this life. I've been learning it gradually, gradually, gradually. And then now it's like I need to put my money where my mouth is, to actually put action where I keep supposedly learning about it. Now it's time to apply it. And when I applied it, boom. Within 1 minute, 5 minutes, my body was like released. I'm like, okay, we're all good. We're on the right track. So I'm surprised that, oh, so my body was, waiting with bated breath for that decision of mine. And yeah, that's further confirmation that I am doing what is best for me. Not just for my heart, but also for my body. So yeah, also, just a side note, a long time ago, I was I'm just remembering now. I was really hating this person. I was thinking, oh, that person is such an asshole, so disrespectful, so nasty. And then there was another time when I wasn't letting go of something that wasn't for me. So I for 1 month or so, I was really constipated. Not even constipated, really just, it's all there. It's like it's not going anywhere. It's just in. There's no out. And then I realized the literal importance of assholes. So you might notice a pattern with me, it's the physical manifestation of, things around us. And I think it's not just about for me, it's with other people as well. We see it in the physical and in the beyond the physical. So anyway, so I've come to realize that the importance of assholes, because life is not all nicey nicey. There is a lot of shit, and sometimes you might sound like an asshole for literally spouting shit, right? Talking shit. But some things have to be said. Yeah. So that's one way about it. I would rather, of course, not focus on shit. I would rather focus on what is constructive. And, my definition of shit is that's what you release. Right? So, yes, so thankful I have an asshole that is working. And I hope yours is too. Uh, but also, looking at the big picture of our body, right? We have our body, we take in food, and then we use what we need to use, and then we release what needs to be released, what is not useful for us. So we're not going to force ourselves, right, to eat things that are not healthy for us, right? Why choose what is bad for you when you can choose what is good for you? Whatever that is defined, however you define that, right? Why choose what is toxic when you can choose what is good for you? And when it's already in our body, why keep holding on to shit? You really have to let go. There are things that are already in us that are toxic, harmful to us. Why hold on to that when you can let go and literally make space for what is healthy, what is good? So yeah, how amazing is that it sounds so common sense, but we don't do that, right? I mean, aside from the physical, aside from the body and food, how come we don't apply that principle to the rest of our lives? Uh, Going back to, well, society expects me to hold on to that shit, or I shouldn't be an asshole. I should keep that shit to myself. No, you have to release it. Release the shit. And as for the blood, yeah, it's good to have our daily normal functions. For women, we have our periods. For men, you also have your cycles. So yeah, it's good that they are regularly flowing. And if not, we can check, okay, what's wrong with my body? Am I under stress? Am I overtaking something? Am I under in some areas, or and I'm not am I deficient in some things? Yeah, things like that. So thanks for listening. This is so funny, but Yeah, onwards and upwards. And yeah, I wish everyone, and I claim that everyone will be healthy and happy in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts, in our spirits, in all things. So take care. God bless everyone. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.